Hello everyone, welcome to PPIO. We are a decentralized data storage and delivery platform for developers that value affordability, speed, and privacy. This video will introduce the key points of the white paper. So here, let's take a look at our agenda. We basically divide the PPIO white paper into 6 different parts. The first part will describe the current problems that we are facing. In the second part, we'll walk through different solutions that we came up with. In the third part, we'll highlight different technologies that we are using within our company. Then the fourth part, we'll talk about the 7 different layers within the PPIO architecture. In the fifth part, we'll talk about our ecosystem. And finally, the most exciting part, we'll talk about the future. Have you realized every day we are creating an innumerable amount of data, both personal and business data generated from our computer and our lives? When data grows so quickly, data breach also becomes something we should really pay attention to. For example, in 2016, Dropbox has over 68 million users' email address and passwords linked to the internet. Another problem we are facing is data outage, which is a huge concern for centralized cloud data storage, because it affects business service availability on a grand scale. One of the really recent examples would be AWS outage, happened in 2017. It affects a large number of internet websites for a few hours. The third thing would be the cost. No matter you are using legacy on-premises or even public cloud storage, sometimes they get a little bit too expensive. Here's an example. With AWS S3, the cost is up to $21,000 per month. That's a lot of money. So, based on the problems that we are facing nowadays, at PPIO we came up with 3 different solutions. To protect our privacy against data breach, PPIO applies a decentralized storage solution, end-to-end encryption and distribution, and data sharding technologies. These 3 methods ensure only the data owner can authorize other parties to use their data. To ensure zero downtime, PPIO blockchain-based decentralized storage network gives incentives to those storage nodes who can provide reliable services with endless availability. On top of that, our P2P overlay network and edge storage methodology is able to boost the data access speed dramatically. We all want cheaper services. PPIO encourages unused bandwidth and storage resources on the internet to join our storage network. Decentralized automated open source programs and protocols will cut costs in maintenance and operations. Eventually, the end customers will be the ones to enjoy the benefits. Our founding team at PPIO has successfully designed, developed, and maintained PP Live, a peer-to-peer streaming system that serves hundreds of millions of users on a daily basis. All of our previous P2P network experiences have enabled us to develop solutions that are more efficient and practical. Next, let's talk about proofs. The proofs guarantees that the storage node correctly replicates the data and consistently stores the data within an agreed period. They also ensure that users are able to download the data without interruptions during the agreed term. PPIO employs 4 different storage proofs: proof of replication, proof of download, proof of space-time, and live proof of capacity to maintain the integrity and reliability of PPIO storage system. In the PPIO blockchain, different nodes need to reach consensus to verify and record transactions in the network. The voting power of each node of PPIO's network is calculated based on the network down through its storage or bandwidth. According to its voting power, it might become the candidate node. At the same time, PPIO adopts verifiable random function to decide which candidate node has a final right to write a block. Finally, by using Byzantine fault tolerance algorithm, the candidate node validates the new block being added and reach the final confirmation. Now let's take a look at our layers. PPIO follows a layer system design to facilitate future expansion and to make it more friendly to developers. From bottom to top, there are physical layer, data layer, network layer, consensus layer, incentive layer, interface layer, and application layer. Physical layer is a hardware layer. It provides underlying storage and bandwidth resources. Data layer contains the basic data units and structures such as plot, tile, segment, piece, and blockchain data storage. Network layer includes P2P network protocol and algorithms for connection, data transfer, load balancing, and encryption. Consensus layer shows the PPIO consensus scheme and its implementation. Incentive layer manages incentives and rewards based on the role of each node in the network. Interface layer includes SDK and APIs for developers. It also supports the application layer. Application layer contains apps or the apps developed by the third-party developers. Now we are going to take a look at our ecosystem. Our ecosystem mainly helps stabilize its economy. We will describe 5 different topics regarding our ecosystem. They are the roles, mining, smart contract, gas and gas price, and coin pool. So there are different members participating in PPIO's ecosystem, and they all have different roles. For example, users, source, miner, indexer, verifier, and the coin pool. We give incentive for each one of these members just to make sure they are fulfilling their responsibility. In the opposite, they will be penalized for failing to fulfill their responsibility. The user is a consumer of the PPIO storage network, and it requires storage and download services by consuming certain amount of PPIO coins. The source node is a special user node that publishes content. In CDN scenarios, it usually stays online and provides download services to other users. The miner node provides storage and bandwidth resource in PPIO storage network and receives PPIO coins for its contribution. The next one is gonna be indexer. Indexer node provides both indexing and scheduling services to the network and receives PPIO coins rewards accordingly. The verifier node conducts and validates storage proofs in the network and receives rewards as well. The coin pool node provides more friendly payment services to the users. So here let's talk about mining. In PPIO storage network, miners get reward by providing storage or download services. Besides, when new blocks are generated on the distributed ledger, they also get a chance to receive mining rewards. Each miner's weight, which is denoted as W, is dedicated by its accumulated storage proofs, calculated with the following formula. You can look at screen for our formula. When new blocks is added to PPIO distributed ledger, a certain amount of PPIO coins are generated as a reward. They are distributed based on the following table, and you can take a look at the table up there. Please note, the number might be changed before the mainnet release. Now it's time for smart contract. Within our ecosystem, we use smart contracts to handle data storage, and these smart contracts are self-executing. The storage contract is created when a user wants to store an object. It specifies the storage period and the number of PPIO coins to be paid for. Once the contract is executed, the object will be stored during the specified period with the agreed price, regardless of price fluctuation of PPIO coin during the period. The validated storage contract can be renewed, terminated, or updated by the user. PPIO adopts gas as a unit to quantify the contribution of each row or node in fulfilling a specific contract. In the end, each node will receive PPIO coin and the amount based on the number of gas units. The ratio to convert gas into PPIO coin is decided by the gas price in each contract. The number of PPIO coin to be paid for a contract is calculated as follows. The total PPIO coins equals to gas price multiplied by the amount of gas. Now we are going to talk about the coin pool. The users or developers don't have to make any micropayments for storing storage or download services from PPIO. We design better user experience by using the coin pool. The coin pool is an individual business entity that is responsible for its profit and loss. Users or developers sign up and purchase service from the coin pool as a package, and the coin pool will handle all the payments on behalf of them, but users are still directly connected to PPIO storage network. Alright, this is the final part. We can talk about the future. We're thinking about the different use scenarios such as hot and cold storage, mute and immutable storage, etc. For live video streaming, we will introduce a set of VCDN acceleration designs to utilize bandwidth resources. More ideas will go to big data, AI, distributed computation, and much more related to distributed storage underneath. Thanks for your time, and if there's any question, feel free to approach us, and we'll give you detailed explanation. You can also go to our official website and GitHub page for updated information. Again, thanks for supporting PPIO. May the data at your fingertips.